Hello everybody, we are back for another election prediction video. This election is getting very close. Don't believe what the media is saying. Oh, Kamala Harris has us in the bag. It's gonna be a landslide, not even close. It's gonna be a close one. And it can literally go either way right now. I do believe, as of right now, Kamala Harris has a slight edge, but I would be foolish to say that Trump wouldn't have a path to victory. In fact, I believe that Trump's path to victory is easier than Harris's path to victory. But we're going to go state by state, and we're going to talk about just like how I feel these states are going to go. Okay, so let's start this off. So Pennsylvania. All the evidence is showing right now that Pennsylvania is probably going to go to Trump. There's a number of reasons for that, but I think realistically, what's going on in Philadelphia is going to have a lot of sway. We got a lot of, drug activity and homelessness. And again, that wasn't exactly as much as a thing during Trump's presidency. This cost of living crisis, I know a lot of Democrats can't understand why someone would vote for Trump right now, but the cost of living and just, homelessness, and people feel that the country is going in the wrong direction, is going to have a lot of sway in this election. They might not agree with Trump on social issues, but, the safety of the community and putting, food on the table is definitely a big concern right now. And I think, even if Trump says a lot of things that people don't agree with, they can definitely agree that, hey, life in 2019 was quite a bit better. Okay. But for Georgia is a very interesting state right now. I'm pretty sure both of their senators are Democrat. Their governor, he's a Republican, but he's anti-Trump. And I would say by the slimmest of absolute slim margins right now, Georgia, I think, will most likely go for Harris. It's going to be very close. But I think one thing that a lot of conservatives underestimate is the power of the female vote. Let's be honest, most people who watch these videos are dudes. And a lot of guys mostly just hang out with guys nowadays. And, they're all going to be mostly conservative. So they don't really see the other side that often. I've seen this time and time again. As someone who mostly hangs out with, women, not to brag, but I mostly work with guys, you definitely see the different dynamics going. And that's going to be a video for a future day, just radicals on both sides of the political spectrum, but mostly women you're going to see that are mostly likely going to be Democrat, and dudes are going to be most likely Republican. And they have their own bubbles, and it's very interesting to see it play out in real life. That being said, I feel that North Carolina, I know that the polls are kind of trending that it's going to be a very close state. Ultimately, I think Trump is going to edge out in North Carolina. Arizona is going to be very interesting. And the debates haven't happened yet. Most likely in the debates, I feel that, I know there's probably going to be a lot of gotcha questions for Trump. Is it going to be the most fair debate? I don't really know. But I feel that ultimately, and it's going to be an absolute nail-biter in Arizona, I think that the way that it's trending right now, just in terms of just everything, I feel that it will slightly go for Harris. That's just the way the state's trending right now, just in regards to just everything. The writing has been on the wall for Arizona for a while, and I think maybe by 1 or 2 or less, it will go to Harris. Nevada is going to be pretty interesting. There's the urban-rural divide going on right now. Some polls are saying it's going to go for Trump. Some say it's going to go for Harris. But I think it's still going to go for Harris. And then Michigan and Wisconsin, these are two very interesting states. But I ultimately feel that they're both going to go to Harris at the moment. Okay? So you may be looking at this map being like, okay, it seems like it's going to be a kind of a solid victory for Harris, but Trump's path to victory is quite easy. And there's a couple things he needs to do to kind of change the trajectory of this race. So all he realistically needs to do is he can flip Georgia, which would be pretty easy to do. And if he flips Arizona, well, he already won. All he needs to do is really flip Georgia. Whoever wins Georgia is going to win this election. Trump needs to do a couple of things to really swing this in his favor. Number one, he needs to drop J.D. Vance. It has to happen. He either needs to go with RFK or Tulsi Gabbard. I think Tulsi Gabbard would be a much better running mate. She appeals more to moderates, and even a lot of conservatives really like her, and she's a woman, so definitely that would help Trump out quite a bit. RFK, I mean, RFK kind of like, he's kind of more of a moderate. You're going to kind of get more like moderate support. But J.D. Vance, he does not help out Trump at all. In fact, all he does is hurt Trump. So he needs to drop J.D. Vance immediately. RFK, Tulsi Gabbard would be two fantastic picks, but more so Gabbard. Another thing Trump needs to do is just get away from these social issues. Don't even touch the social issues. You need to focus solely on inflation and the cost of living. That's all you need to focus on. Don't talk about all those other issues. Just make that the centerpiece of your campaign, and then you can win. So yeah, so Harris kind of, it's basically, I would more so say it's Trump's election to lose. Trump should be the front runner, just based off of how everything's going on right now. If he can somehow just flip Georgia, flip Arizona, then I think he has this in the bag. But as of right now, everything's kind of pointing that Harris is going to edge out Trump. And that's mostly to do, I feel, with female voters right now. The whole Roe v. Wade situation, the whole social issue thing going on. And again, there are more women than men in America, so you can definitely swing the election if you pander mostly to female voters. So what Trump needs to do, he needs to somehow get those moderates back. And with a VP pick like Tulsi Gabbard, he could definitely do that. So yeah, that's my election prediction as of right now. I know it's kind of foolish to do this before the debates. I don't really think the debates are going to change a whole lot, but that is yet to be seen. So it's going to be a very exciting election. It's going to be an absolute nail biter. And I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, more videos coming soon.